If you guys want to get into real estate investing in 2024, today we're actually going to walk through the acquisition and then also the rehab, how we raise the money, how much money we're going to make on one of our flip properties. Now, this is something that you guys have been asking for. You guys want to see some of our projects, so let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action here on YouTube and Instagram. You guys do yourself a favor. Go ahead and click the link down below. It'll take you to my website and it'll give you the option to download the free purchase agreement so that way you can start buying discounted property like this one. Now we're going to get into the numbers so I can share with you what it means to buy your property at a discount and why real estate investors want to do it. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this property. We found this one off market. Okay, I know a lot of people are buying properties off the MLS right now, but let me tell you that real estate agents do not sell you deals. You know, they get paid commissions off of how much they sell the house for. So realistically, we're going to list this house for $239,000, but we only purchased it for $98,000. Why would an agent sell you a $200,000 house for $98,000 when they could have made more somewhere else? So this whole scenario is going to be based off of you getting good at what the agents are good at, which is marketing. We have to learn how to market directly to sellers, learn how to communicate with them in a way to let them know that they can trust us, that we're a good option to go with, that we're their best scenario. Here's the benefits of working with me, and then be able to come in with a strategy so you guys can make money on these properties. Now, this property right here, we actually got from our NOD list. Okay, now in my business, I pay different people, to help me out do things. Because realistically, in business, we have to focus on the money-making activities. Now, don't get me wrong, we got to have lists, we got to scrub data, we got to get the phone numbers, We definitely got to do those things. But at the end of the day, making offers, okay, and closing deals is what makes you money in this business. So I have an internship program where I allow college students to come into our business. I teach them how to pull public records, and then every single month they go down to the courthouse for me and spit off records. So I pull probates, bankruptcies, recent arrest, and NODs from the courthouse, notice of defaults. That's when somebody is not 30 days, 60 days, but they're 90 days behind on their mortgage. And this is the first sign of the bank moving forward towards pre-foreclosure. And when we pull that, of course, we get in front of our competition, we get directly in front of the seller, and we present them with options to help them stop foreclosure. So this is one of those properties that we helped stop the bank from owning. Let's get it. I want to show you this. This property is absolutely is huge. Okay, it's absolutely huge. I didn't even know how big it was, honestly, because when we got here for the first time, it was literally multiple people here doing drugs, crap everywhere on the floor. I mean, literally crap. I didn't even know how big it was, but luckily the numbers was good, so we moved forward. So come check it out. After we get the list from the courthouse using our internship program, okay, then we typically send it over to one of our virtual assistants, Sarah. Now, Sarah, what she strictly does, honestly, is really just organizing our data and setting up our marketing campaigns. So when we get courthouse data, we're using a manual software so that way we can get the best phone numbers possible. Now, I'm kind of not telling you the software because I keep it exclusive for my students. So if you guys want to be a part of our exclusive community, you can join the community for $50 a month, and we teach you guys exactly what we're doing in every detail, and we meet every Sunday at 9 p.m. So I'll leave that link below to the website so you can join that. And once we get the phone number, then we'll actually call manually, send them RVMs, and get their attention to say, hey, we can help you. Now, the pitch that we typically make to all notice of default leads is subject to. All right, we don't say subject to the seller. We typically say, hey, we have a program that helps you catch up your mortgage and helps you increase your credit over time. Are you currently, behind on your mortgage payments? And typically that goes into the conversation and we figure out how we can help them out best. Now, this started off being a deal that we're going to buy subject to. only for us to figure out during the title search that it was a seller financing loan, and the seller would not send over a reinstatement letter. So it was like, well, hey, we're probably just gonna have to take it down cash. And luckily the numbers worked out perfectly. So our acquisition company got it on a contract for $98,000. Okay, believe it or not, that only left the seller with about $2,000. Okay, our acquisition company sold it to one of our LLCs, one of my LLCs that I own with a partner, for $105,000, and we budgeted $50,000 on the rehab and selling it for, at that time, about $220,000. Since then, we've actually had a few things arise and realized that the property should sell for a little bit more, and it's going to be due to the size of the property, the size of the lot of the property, and then also compared to what's on the market right now. Now, right now we're in the living room space, and there's 3 bedrooms down here, along with a full bath and a full kitchen. So let me take you to the kitchen area. Yeah, so check out the kitchen. We always do shaker cabinets. We always leave room for a dishwasher. Honestly, I've never, from the hundreds of flips that I've done and listed, I've never seen a difference in price and timeline of it selling. I've never seen a difference in me actually providing a dishwasher or me providing a refrigerator. So I never pay for the refrigerator. I never pay for the dishwasher. But as you can see, we put in new shaker cabinets throughout the whole thing and put some laminate on top. Now, I will say a lot of the times I like granite, but in this particular project, for the amount of house, if you guys can't tell, for the amount of house this is, I just didn't think that granite was going to be the end all be all. And realistically, I don't like to overdress properties for the neighborhood. So if the neighborhood is upgrading their properties in a certain way, I try to stick with that. 'Cause I don't try to, spend more money than everybody else. There's no need to if that's what the neighborhood is calling for. So in this one, I decided to save $1,500 and just go with some laminate. But but this is the kitchen. Now, one thing you'll learn in flips is there, especially in these older houses, stuff is everywhere. The laundry was like right over here in this corner originally, but there's so much space in this house. I just paid the electrical guy and the plumbing guy to move it over here in the raccoon closet, because this is where the raccoon was. This is what a raccoon, they literally, when I walked through this house, it was literally a raccoon right here on a freaking, he climbed up some kind of shelf thing. They threw a whole bunch of trash in here, and this is where the raccoon was. I don't know what the deal was with that, but apparently he broke in one day and they decided that he could stay. But I turned this into like the little laundry room area. Now you'll probably notice we didn't really do a lot in here other than throw up some paint on the walls. But this is like plywood, so I really didn't know what to do with it other than throw some paint up, and I'm gonna put some blinds up, and I'm gonna let the new homeowner, have the design of their life. Because honestly, this is like no additional value to an appraisal at all. Like this particular room, it's not gonna add any value at all to the appraisal, but it will add value to the person that lives here for their perception to actually purchase the house. So it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't any like motivation for me to spend $6,000 in here on adding a bunch of stuff. It's just, let's make it look nice, put up some blinds, and let the new homeowner, go to town on it. Let them kind of get their brains working on what they would do with it. So now, one thing that you guys can look for is whenever you're in these rehab projects is 2 things. Number one, on the second floor, if you have low ceilings, it's honestly gonna be harder to sell, so you need to make sure that you consider that in your price. Number 2, whenever you have a second story, you need to make sure that there's vents up here from the HVAC, so that way this can be counted as heated space, because if it's not heated space, then it's not going to be counted on an appraisal, which is going to affect your value that the buyer can finance. And then lastly, you just need to make sure that the house that you're flipping, that you're rehabbing to resell, really reflects the product that you want to, show to the world. Okay, you don't want to be known as the real estate investor that does flips and everything is wrong, and their client that, you know, pays retail for a house 2 months later is going to have an issue. You want to be known for the guy that does a good fix and flip, you know, that people can be proud of and show their family, or the guy that goes over the top and above and provides value, or the guy that does okay work but leaves equity for people. You know, you just want to make sure that the work that you're providing, you know, is doing the job, so that way people can know you later on. I mean, realistically, you want to be able to put your sign out there in the front and say, hey, Buy Tried Homes did this rehab, and other people are going to say good things about you. These properties right here, I mean, they go from, you know, crack houses to being first-time homeowners, and you have to really set the transition, you know, for that. Okay, so in doing that, you know, me and my acquisition guys ourselves got 20 bags of mulch, came out here and put down mulch. You know, got the weed eater and the blower, went around the property, blowing all of the trash and the needles out of the, you know, out of the grass. You know, we bought the trailer over here and got all of the trash out of the, you know, out of the back. I had one of the interns, I had Omad helping us take all of the trash, you know, out of the back. Really take your time on the flips, because granted, you have the opportunity on this one. If you do the math, we sell it at $230,000. We get a small discount from our realtor at 5%. Okay, so that's $12,000. We got $158,000 in it. Okay, minus taxes, minus your insurance. Overall, that's gonna net us about $55,000. Realistically, when you put in the work, when you put in the effort and you add the value, you know, you can get the work. You know, you can get the result that you're looking for. But if you do not, if you miss it, okay, if you don't add the small touches and you don't throw in the blue double vanity up here because you know there's 3 bedrooms, if you don't add the recessed lights, you know, because you know there's short ceilings up here and you're trying to maximize the space. You know, if you don't add the new cabinets and you leave the old ones here, even though they got, you know, crack stains on them, you're not going to be able to extract that value, and you're not going to get the result that you're looking for. So rehabbing is definitely, you know, another level, you know, but you can do it, because realistically, I think I'm in this whole project for about $1,200. You know, and honestly, I'm not even in it for that, because when we got it under contract, like I said, our acquisition company got it for $98,000, and we sold it to an LLC partnership that I have for $105. So we made $7,000 buying it. Okay, so now the little $1,200 that I took out of my pocket to put some mulch down and stuff like that, you know, realistically, you know, I made that money on the front already, and we're gonna make money on the back. So look, guys, if you guys want to get into rehabbing houses in 2024, honestly, right now the time in the market is perfect for it. Don't let the news or anybody else scare you from doing the business right now. You just got to get good at going direct to seller, okay? Negotiating either low cash deals, seller financing opportunities, or subject opportunities with cash flow and equity. And then you got to make those relationships, those private money relationships, or hard money relationships, or small banks, investment banks in your area relationships, you know, so that way you can really carry out the process. I mean, this property right here, like I said, I bought it with a partner, so we're going to split that $55,000 in half. But honestly, no money to make, you know, $26,000, $27,000 over the course of about 5 or 6 months. You know, that's really a dream and a blessing. So if you guys want to learn how to do the real estate investing business, okay, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the video so that way this can pop up in your feed more. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.